hereby call this meeting of the Fangirls Club to order. I'm Haley.
Hi, Haley. I'm Brielle.
Hi, Brielle.
What's up?
A lot.
We are coming to you today with our official full Sjm Universe Ranking of all 16 books.
This has been a long time.
It's been a long time coming, but...
And yeah, we finished these books in January. We're each going to do our own rankings, but we're going to do them at the same time and surprise each other.
Surprise.
We're going to go least favorite to favorite.
It's like, I had a hard time trying to decide, like, what stuffed animals, like, were allowed to sleep on the bed each night. Like,
I completely believe that.
Felt like the same thing. Like, I felt like I was leaving some of the children out, you know? I did it fine, though. I was surprised how quick I did it, if I'm honest.
And that's the thing. I think that's what it's meant to be. It's like you just go off of the feeling. And
you know, it's hard to pick a favorite child.
Also, when you read these
that one wasn't hard.
an entire year ago, and then a year later, you're reading, you know, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I know, but how fun. Like, this is all in our brains now.
I think about that every day.
Whoa.
And we're still going. We're still reading. It's really amazing, though. Whoa.
They're big ones.
This is wrong. Can you please?
They're upside down. Is
They're
it bothering
all wrong. You? Okay, no.
There you go. One moment.
Okay, that's better.
Do you feel better?
Now, some would say...
No.
This is the wrong order.
Ooh, did you see... Someone posted a TikTok. They went into Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
And the way they listed it was like, that was first. And like, there was a note that said, like, the first book of the Throne of Glass. Like, even though it's called Throne of Glass series, this is the first book. And they were like, who in Barnes & Noble? They should be fired immediately. They should lose their job.
You know, I don't condone unnecessary firings, but
They should get a pip.
I agree.
They should get a performance improvement.
Yeah. They need a
review. Yeah.
They need a warning.
Yeah. Yes.
To say the least.
No one authorized that.
Come on.
That did not go through their manager.
Like, save it for, you know, the opinion shelf. Like, staff favorites.
This is not the place. Are you trying to start an argument in the middle of Barnes & Noble?
Clearly, yes. And they did.
It would have worked. Anyway.
Okay. First.
You go first.
I'm gonna try and condense this a little bit.
What's your quick checklist?
Yeah, our fangirl moments of this past week. It's also been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we had to skip a week.
So I do have to choose. If you can't tell from Isabel's new outfit, I went to London this past weekend, or this past week, I guess. I was there for 4 days, and boy, did I pack a lot in. Highlights. Mm-hmm. I saw Jonathan Bailey and Richard II at the Bridge Theater, which was an impromptu thing. I was like, I just want to see some Shakespeare. And then I had totally forgotten that he was starring in that. And it just happened to be the last week of the run.
Oh.
And I happened to get 3 tickets, you know, that day, the day of.
Did you like the TikTok I posted of you and Jonathan?
Yeah, that was an amazing use of my really bad Wicked premiere videos.
I thought it was hysterical.
Yeah, it's great. I saw Phantom of the Opera, which is a show that I have seen many times. Now I know nothing beats seeing it on the West End, where it originated. The thing I was anticipating the most was going to the Black Dog.
The Black Dog?
I went to the Black Dog. My favorite TTPT song. It was an amazing experience. The staff was so friendly. I sat down. They were like, the sweet British man serving, who was our server.
Did he look at you and he just knew?
He literally was like, are you a Swiftie? And I was like, yes. And he was like, did you drag your entire family here just to say you came to the Black Dog? And I was like, yes. And they had like her lyrics. They were embracing it. They had like lyrics up on the walls and everything. And it took us to a different area that we got to explore. So that was really fun.
Cute.
That we probably wouldn't have gone to before. So
did you get the hat?
I got the hat.
Cute.
And I got a friendship bracelet.
Cute.
Oh, and I happened to get something for you, too.
It's so cute!
Black Dog London.
London. Oh, my God. What employee do they make sit in the back room and make these all day?
There are probably wholesale friendship bracelet stores at this point. Yeah. But
it's adorable.
Isn't it cute?
So cute.
Isn't it cute?
Wow.
So you saw her open it. Like, I did not make it. It is from the Black Dog in London. Oh, yeah. I went to Bloomsbury Publishing, and I just, like, said hi, like, at the door. I didn't go in or try to because I know it's just a workspace. It's not a thing. Anyway, I finished Quicksilver.
Okay.
On my plane ride to London, and then I started and almost finished Red Rising on my plane ride back from London.
Oh, nice.
You will love Red Rising.
Yeah?
It's literally the Hunger Games on Mars.
On Mars?
Yeah.
Why are they in space?
Can't tell you.
Whoa.
Okay, I think I'll leave it at that. And then there are shows. There's so much.
I know.
But
well, I started watching You, the new season of You, and it's just like I was laughing because it's just like it was at the end. It's like every episode, the very ending is a different cliffhanger, and
I know.
I was cracking up because I was like, it is the same. This is the 5th season. It is the same shit every time, and it is so good.
And you eat it up. You just eat it up.
He's literally back in the same place as he was in the beginning, and it's still entertaining.
People are still accidentally ending up in the cage.
Why am I rooting for him?
I know.
Why do I care after 5 seasons?
It's so wrong. He doesn't know either.
So good.
Penn's like, y'all are
He's like,
crazy.
yeah, it's like he hates Joe more than anyone in the world.
Joe, which is
so
endearing.
good. Yeah. Oh my god. So I started that, and then I never watched the first 2 seasons, but I watched the newest season of Love on the Spectrum.
Did you finish it?
Yes, it's so amazing.
Georgie and Connor are the greatest love story ever told.
I was cracking up. He is the funniest person.
He's the best. Like, he's
so funny.
I want to be his friend so
After
badly.
like their first kiss, and he started like hyperventilating. She's like, "It's okay." And he's like, "I can't feel my legs."
Oh, he's so romantic.
I might have to go back and watch the other ones now.
Oh, you got it. They're all great. They're all so great.
But then I saw Thunderbolts
Yay.
opening evening, and it was fantastic. I cried. I laughed.
I can't wait.
Wow.
Okay.
Went
I
on a
think
journey.
I'm going to go see it tomorrow.
You should. It's really good. It's really good. So yeah, so I watched that, and I've just been fangirling over that so much. And now they officially started shooting Doomsday. So we're getting like the tiniest bit of glimpses of things that are just...
I know. I've been seeing things here and there too.
I think it's literally not every single one, because he's been in a lot of them, but any of the top 3 Marvel movies, ratings-wise, is all ones that like Bucky is like main characters in. It's hysterical.
I believe it.
Bucky Barnes. Are you ready, Freddie?
Yeah. Are we just gonna like?
I think we just
do it.
I think we just whoever grabs the book first.
If we have any of the same ones, I'm so interested to see.
I don't know if we will. This one feels the worst, obviously, because you don't want to put any of it at the bottom.
I know.
But this might be the only one we have the same one.
I don't think so.
That's so depressing. If you're gonna put, I can.
Are you ready?
No, because if you put this at last, I'm gonna walk out of this room. I
It's
swear
already
to
going
God.
so well. Number 16.
Okay.
This is our least favorite. And this, again, we love all of these books. But this is just, based off of vibes and vibes alone.
I think something that I really mainly tried to keep in mind was like, what would be like the ones I would gravitate towards trying to like reread first, you know?
That's cool. Yeah. Number 16.
Mm-hmm. I can't. That's not even true.
I shouldn't be smiling because I know a lot of people will be upset about this.
That's insane.
Assassin's Blade.
Oh, mine's upside down.
Frost and Starlight.
It's like 100 pages.
I know. But it's just a fun little Christmas book. You love Christmas.
Yeah, but like we just get introduced to Nessian, and they're just arguing, and she throws the thing in the water, or he throws it in the water. It's just like...
It's so heartbreaking, though, because we just come off of their ending of ACOTAR.
Yeah, I think I was like, the hell?
Oh, what?
I literally said, what the helly?
What the hell? We get great Farrah Reese stuff in here, though.
Yeah. I think this is a very basic. A lot of people would say this is their least, just because it's barely a book. It's like the cutie pie. And I love it. If anything, this is the quickest one to grab and reread. So maybe my reasoning of actually even putting this last isn't. But in terms of like, am I invested?
Yeah.
We knew nothing of substance was going to happen in this little doodad.
Nothing too much of consequence.
Yeah. That wasn't even your last Throne of Glass ranking. Did you change your whole ranking now?
Yeah, I guess. I just went off of just like what I don't know. I just gravitated towards it. Listen, I've said it before. Love Sam Cortland. But his story just did, and I know how important his story is to the rest of the series. And I appreciate that. That said, I wasn't as invested in their relationship. I was still devastated when he died, but I was still like...
I'm very curious if you would... I know we both go hard on swearing that Assassin's Blade is read third. I wonder if you would have benefited if you read it first.
I know. I think that sometimes too.
Because I feel like what you... Not hold against, but what you say about this book, I wonder if...
No, you're right. I think I fell so madly in love with Dorian, like, right away.
Yeah.
And that's a part that I love so much in Assassin's Blade, is getting to see Dorian.
I cannot.
You know, maybe that's it. I think I just wanted to get back into the action because of the way that Crown of Midnight ends.
I wonder if you read it first. I really do wonder.
Maybe this is my reckoning here.
Yeah.
And if I ever read this
I love Erebin. I think he's such a good villain. It's such a good character. And the last scene of him saying, like, I don't share my belongings or something.
Yeah.
I just remember, like, I don't know. It was something of, like, all of a sudden reading that third, like, that made me care about Selena. Like, I was like, ugh.
You realized not just how vicious he is, but how smart. Like, just how smart he is.
And like, it's so cool because
that's gonna affect so
when
much
she's
more.
so conniving in all these, you know she got it from him. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
And, you know, I love the novellas, and I love the pirates.
The pirates
I love pirates. So
Skulls Bay, yeah. The fact that you put that lower than this.
Listen, because that's still a part of the story. I think it's just that it feels so detached from all the others, is all. Mm-hmm. Because it is. It's It's a bunch of novellas. Mm-hmm. And, vignettes is what I meant to say. It's a bunch of little stories. Which are great.
Irene?
I know. Listen, okay. I know how important this book is.
Yeah.
And I still love it. But I think compared to, like, you know, the overarching stories of the other books, it's just lowest for me.
Ooh.
I know. I'm hurt saying it, but it is what it is. Number 15.
It's okay. It's time for me to hurt your feelings.
Oh, no.
15. Ugh, I can't even grab it. Okay.
Okay. The smallest and the biggest books.
This is heavy. It's like
brick.
At least 10 of those in here.
Yeah, for
sure. At least.
Oh, no. 15?
I know. This was like when I was saying, like, some of it just feels wrong.
Wow, that's low. There's so much in that book.
And I think that was the downfall for me. It didn't need to be. I think, like, it didn't need to be this big.
Yeah.
If there is a world where she's continuing with this series, you didn't need to do so much in this. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you, actually.
If you wanted to wrap up Bryce and Hunt's story, I think she should have just really done that.
Rather than do all the Ethan and stuff.
And, like, I get maybe it's leading towards what the next one might be, or they might both be involved in whatever's happening next. So I don't know. But I don't know. There's parts of it I loved. I think it was.
Remember me saying, like, when I read it, I was like, "This is my
greatest thing.
This is my favorite book." And then we did our like discussion episode about it, and I was like, "What was I thinking?"
It's just so much. It felt so different from the first one.
Yeah.
That maybe that harmed the rating of this one too. I don't know.
I think another thing about it is it has a similar ending. I think all 3 series have the big thing, the big war, you know, battle, whatever. And yeah, I think it probably is the weakest of the 3.
Yeah.
Speaking of like ACOTAR, and Kingdom of Ash. Mm-hmm. Not to say that, I was sobbing during that throughout the whole end of that book for some reason.
I love Bryce and Hunt. And I think it wasn't, there was something about them missing in a lot of this that I think.
She was prioritizing other characters.
And I think that's what made me sad. Mm-hmm. It's like, but I love that. I want them.
I love them so much. This for the same reasons.
Little baby.
It's just a baby.
Yeah.
But I read it in one sitting. It only ranks higher than Assassin's Blade because, I still get that continuation of what happened before and what's to come, I guess, is the only thing that keeps it above. Anyway, put this away. Don't hurt yourself.
I know. She's just going to go right there.
Okay. Are you ready for 14?
I don't know. Am I?
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah, I already know what you're going to pick. Really? Wow. See, this is like, even looking at it now, I'm like, really?
Yeah, I'm I don't know. Okay, I see what I did there. Okay, I'm ready. Are we doing the same one?
Yeah!
Okay, Throne of Glass is 14 for both of us.
That's interesting. I didn't think this would happen.
I will be honest and say that I wrote down Tower of Dawn. Throne of Glass was my 13, but then I remembered the things that I love about this, and there's some stuff that's lacking in this book. And we always talk about this, the fact that it's like pseudo Hunger Games, but like we don't actually get
the games.
The fun, like her being badass.
Yeah.
And I know it's purposeful, like she's hiding her true self from everyone, but like that kind of sucked.
Yeah. I think it's just, you can tell she wrote it when she was young. Like, it was the first one.
Yeah. A lot of exclamation points.
She was just so excited.
Which I love.
We're just silly.
We're just silly.
I do have my favorite quote from this book.
Yes, 100%.
Me and Dorian are just silly.
We're just silly.
I do like and appreciate clearly what she was really going for in the mind of her younger self writing her first book of she was like, I'm going to go in on a good love triangle. You know what I mean? And I loved the leaning towards that. But yeah, I think the thing of what made me excited about what it could have been, we didn't see.
Agreed, yeah.
It was odd. Yeah.
Love you. It's what started it all.
Yeah.
Now I can make you upset.
Well, now I know what your 13 is. Throne of Glass. Okay, well, we have one that's the same.
Yay! No! 13.
Crown of Midnight.
This one does make me sad because I loved and appreciated this book. Tower of Dawn.
TOD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I only got through it because of the tandem read, if I'm being honest.
You don't think you would have enjoyed it at all if you just read it?
I would have enjoyed some parts of it, but I would have been... Thing is, I would have been skipping all of Nesrin's stuff first half, and then I would have been obsessed with... Well, it's really the whole first half of the book that I'm kind of like...
It's a new world, yeah. You're just trying to
So
a lot of lore to
characters
suddenly learn.
Who I came to love. Mm-hmm. And the back half of the book is amazing.
Yeah.
But Manon's not in it, so for that reason, it has to rank low.
For that reason, you're out. That's sad.
Yes.
But yeah, I get it is, and it feels like suddenly a new book towards the end of this whole series, and you're like, what am I doing here? But yeah.
What about Crown of Midnight?
It's very similar, to be honest. The first half of Crown of Midnight, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna read this whole series.
Yeah. She
won the thing, and we're like, oh, okay. How are there this many books after that? It's just learning a new world of what the story's gonna be, and the whole basement archives.
The word marks. Learning about the word marks when you don't know what they're going to ultimately become is tough.
I was losing it.
Yeah. I know. I know what you mean.
And her and Kale had a great 1 week.
A whole week.
And then it went. And then I know you always get mad. I'm not the biggest Nehemia fan. I think it was hard on me. I just felt I just felt for her. I don't know.
I think she's stuck with me throughout the series more than Sam did with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just all of it seems so...
Yeah, what is the purpose of all this? What is going on? Who is Elena? Who is all these different people? It was
my favorite moment was when she crashed through the thing and tried to save Kale. But that was the very first moment after both first books that we finally got to see her do something
because even after she won, not that we necessarily did want her to, she still wasn't being an assassin. She refused to kill anybody.
Yeah.
Which yeah, again.
Good for her.
Right.
That's not what we're here for.
Very nice of her, but...
I think I was just, I don't know, the first half of it.
Which, when you think of the series as a whole, it's she doesn't know her purpose yet.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
She doesn't know, so we wouldn't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Ooh, this is an interesting choice. Okay, now I'm second guessing everything that I'm doing. Oh, well.
Okay.
What was I thinking here?
See, this is what I'm saying. I feel bad. It's like my stuffed animals all over again.
Well, I wrote it, so I'm going to do it.
I have to put this down again. Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh. We have the same one again.
Really?
Yeah. Sky and Breath.
You put this below the third one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Only based on memory of my experience reading it.
Okay.
Which I guess is the whole point.
Yeah.
But it took me forever to read this book.
Yeah.
It was kind of a slog for me.
Yeah.
And there are some really fun, awesome, cool things that happen in this book. But I remember just like, I would get a chapter in and be like, okay, time for bed.
Oh, so
it just didn't give me that, like, I need to keep reading feeling.
Yeah.
Really at any point until the end, I guess. But
like, I'm trying to think of what happened in it.
yeah, this is when they go on the big thing is like they go on the mission, infiltrate the rebels.
Oh, is this the one that starts with the chapter I couldn't get through?
Yes.
The prologue.
Yeah, with Lydia.
It took me 4 nights.
No, not Lydia. Well, yes, Lydia,
Yes.
but also
the Hind.
what's her name?
The Hind.
Yeah, the Hind, but
Oh, Sophie.
Sophie.
Sophie's Choice. That prologue, I could not. It took me so many nights.
Yeah, it was jarring. Because especially after the first book,
yeah.
It was so different. Like, this
Yeah.
book was so different. And I was expecting even more Rune than we got. Like, more Rune growth, I think. And we got a lot of Rune, but it was him just talking to Lydia, to the Hind, or to Night, Day.
Look.
Just in their little, like,
brain
bubble thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell who was if useful info was actually being passed back and forth. Like, I didn't really know what was going on. It wasn't very clear.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
My biggest thing is that the second we started, once that finally got past that prologue, and I was like, okay, anyway, and then I kept reading, I thought we were about to jump into heavy jealousy hunt with this fake engagement, and I was like,
Cormac,
ooh, and I got all settled in. I was so stoked, and it just never happened.
Yeah, she should have done
dude.
it, even though he's her cousin.
Yeah, but so is Rowan, kind of, right? I don't know.
Ish.
I don't know. Who knows?
No, I know what you mean. There was potential for more juicy stuff, and there wasn't a lot of juicy stuff.
Yeah, I can't believe we had that both.
Yeah, that was our
interesting
12.
Oh, Cece.
Love Cece though. 11.
Oh, where did she go?
Who are you looking for? AB.
Oh no!
Doing some weird Jenga stuff with this.
It keeps it interesting.
It's fine. Settle in. All right.
Oh my god.
This is 11. We are like the messy. Like, we cannot.
We're really aesthetic.
Yeah. AB.
I know. This is.
We're getting towards middle, so it's gonna be hard to. It's hard to. You can't really justify it. It's just like.
I was staring at the middle of it all day, and I was like,
at this point, it is what it is.
It doesn't look right. This is what I'm saying. Of like this, I did. If you were to ask me, I would not have just said that I would have put this so low.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. Like, I don't even know how to. I guess, yeah, because it is 4 little separate stories, but I love all 4 of them.
I know.
So it's hard.
And there is a through line to them, obviously.
Very
it's not
much
like
so,
they're completely different from one another.
It's only like a couple months between each. You know, it's nothing crazy.
I think what I wanted was more of their relationship more early on, maybe, even if it was the enemy's stuff.
Yeah.
Because, then we didn't get any of him in the
Innish one.
The Innish.
What was it
the
called?
Innish
The healer?
chapter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, obviously it was important to get to know Irene.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ugh, I love their little love confession, though. There's so many things in this that I absolutely
it's beautiful.
love.
Yeah. I know.
I don't know. Like this, I'm already like regretting putting this low. I don't know.
I know.
What about you?
Crown of Midnight. This is higher than I expected. But I think by the time I have to give it some credit, because by the time I read the ending of this book, this is one of my favorite SJM endings. I agree with you that the beginning was a slog. And I was questioning, like, what is everyone talking about? This series is the best thing they've ever read. But then by the end, I was like, oh, I know I'm about to get it.
Yeah.
Kale saving her, just like coming to the rescue, discovering that she's at least half fae, and like just all Dorian's magic, and like it was so freaking exciting. It was just so well done. So yeah, I had to give it a bump.
Feels so long ago.
I know.
They were just kids.
They were just kids. They were just silly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, number 10.
Do I agree with this?
Number 10.
Number 10. Number 10. Number 10. I think she fell.
Oh, no.
I'm literally blind.
Yes. I was waiting for you because I was like, I think that she's going to go for the same one.
This is crazy. I didn't think we'd have so many of the same ones.
Me too. And I feel bad ranking it so low.
It's nice, super right in the middle.
It's smack in the middle, top 10, which is important. But I just feel bad because it's Manon's introduction.
Yeah.
But I really
But we don't know her yet.
We didn't really know her well. I mean, I fell in love with her immediately, but I think it was overshadowed by really didn't like the Aylin Rowan stuff. At least in the first half, more than that of the book. Yeah,
I was a little slow.
I really was like, this is the guy. I wasn't convinced. I was like, this isn't the guy that she's gonna end up with. I still thought there was a chance with her and Kale because I really didn't know anything about this series and
like
the
no spoilers.
Anything.
He punched her right in the face.
Yeah, and she was justified in the way she was acting and feeling, but it was still kind of annoying me at the same time, which is terrible. But I was just like, oh, everyone in this book needs to kind of get it together. I was just like, I need some hope. There's not a lot of hope in this book.
Yeah, because we're introduced to him, who's also just like a big ass downer, and we're like, oh my god, like,
it wasn't my favorite ending either.
What are you gonna do?
This was when she falls down she gets the Valg princes sort of take her over.
The like three of them.
Yeah, and she falls down into her memories or whatever, and she's trapped down at the bottom of her well, and
she comes up as Aylin for the first time at the end.
The cadre helps fight.
Oh, Vaughn.
Vaughn was there.
Remember
Vaughn? Not
and
really.
Cooking Kid. She really left a couple people behind in this book.
She did.
Yeah.
And so now it sounds like I should have maybe ranked this lower,
lower.
Manon's in it, so it had to be bumped.
Yeah, I feel like there were some parts of it that I was like, what is that? But there was still a decent amount of things that were intriguing at the same time. Like the Manon stuff, all of a sudden we're like, ooh.
I mean, we were getting some How to Train Your Dragon shit, okay? Yeah. It was awesome. I just was wanting to skip to her chapters.
And I did like the training aspect of her Aylin trying to learn her powers, and he's a super strong fae that
And clearly there was something in her that was like, okay, I am going to accept my fate, my responsibility, for Nehemia. And even with the emotional stuff, when she's using her, Sam and Nehemia and her mother to give her strength, was there were some really good moments. So, yeah. Airfire. Fabulous.
I thought it was more red. That's why I was looking for the... I couldn't find it. I was like, I could have sworn it was, but I guess it was just on the front.
Yeah. Okay, we're in the top 10, so we're at number 9. Empire Storm. Oh. Whoa. ACOTAR.
This is huge.
These are big books, man.
Oh my god. I'm surprised you put that one there.
I had a tough time with some of this.
Yeah.
The beginning, jumping around to a billion different people who wasn't Manon was tough.
Yeah.
Them talking to Darrow and all that stuff. I was like, oh my god, I know it's necessary, but I'm not about it.
Yeah.
By the time they got to Skull's Bay, it was amazing. And from then on, it was just the most exciting book ever.
Yeah. The first Allied Lorcan stuff, I was like, I don't care.
Oh, that's right. This is the beginning of them.
They aren't much of the series.
So fun.
By the end, the
it's
best.
Crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, at first I was like,
that's what it was. That's what it was. I was wanting to skip it.
Yeah.
I don't care about the circus.
Left her alone in the wood, and I was just like, what is happening?
I know. But did we get some good... This is my favorite Dorian Manon stuff in this. I was taken aback.
That's when I first really started getting Abraxas MVP moments too. He was really coming through.
But the beginning stuff with everyone else, I was like,
it's a lot. It's a lot of POVs.
I mean, I started reading I did the tandem read starting in March. And didn't hit my stride until summer. So that's how you know, the beginnings of these books.
They're huge too.
I know, but at that point I had been reading devouring these books.
Yeah.
So
I know.
this is surprising.
This is super smack in the middle, and I feel like
yeah.
right in the middle seems right for me.
Yeah.
Because there's parts of it that I'm like, again, no reason this needed to be so long. But then obviously there's other parts of it that I actually really loved and enjoyed. So I feel like it's hard for me to be like, yes, I would jump back in and reread that, you know, because it's so big. There's some things in it that I'm like, okay, like, was it needed? But I don't know. I think it's a good right in the middle one.
It's also tough to switch the POV like that.
Yeah. Writing style too.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
It's not first person anymore. And I just love Feyre and Rhys. So I was just like, why are we doing, like, I don't care. Why are we doing this?
I know. As excited as I was to see where they were going to go, and I just needed reprieve from where they left off in Frost and Starlight.
Yeah.
It was tough getting it. It was kind of tough getting into it.
And it was hard getting into the mind of Nesta, who is not in a great spot. She really
It's
sucks.
not easy. Yeah.
And I was just like, why do I want to do this? But it's also like jumping into the mind of someone who dislikes
your
these
favorite
two
characters
that I love. So I was just like, I don't want to read about that. Like, so there's parts of it that was like hard of like, how dare you talk about him like that?
How dare. But I love her besties.
They're also cute, yeah. Not my kind of love story either. So
yeah, no, I know.
In terms of like relationship tropes, I was like, you guys are really mean to each other. Wow.
I don't even know what you would call them.
Yeah, they're both
It's
very
not enemies.
No, they're both just very hard people and
Forced proximity, maybe.
A lot of that
sort of brutish.
Yeah.
Okay, we're up to number 8.
Yay!
We're
Second
halfway.
half.
Ready?
Yeah.
Bam. Okay. Why Emperor
Like we were talking about, I really liked it, and there's some things in it that are so good, but it's, I think, too many POVs
compared to, yeah, exactly.
And I was just like,
it was a weird choice.
Yeah,
it had to be done, but like for this
makes
to be
sense.
the
It worked.
Kind of funny.
Yeah, it was a lot of POVs, and for a while, where we go? Like, the Lorcan allied stuff. He's like ripping off his shirt. They're in a circus, and I was like, who? Where are we going?
Oh, Lorcan.
I don't know, but there's parts of it that are so good.
So good.
So.
The Skulls Bay, the battle at Skulls Bay is probably like top 3 favorite battle-y kind of moments.
Yeah.
I'll never forget Lysandra turning into the sea dragon, and just the visuals of that was just also beautiful to me. Like you could just picture it so well.
I love Adian and Lysandra, so.
Oh yeah,
they had some good,
really good stuff
moments in this book. The last book was a little rough for them, but like I don't blame it. Like
no, I know.
Anyway, and the double Selena moments with Aelin and Lysandra to Rolf is one of my favorite things of the whole series. So I feel like it had to be up there a little bit.
Such a good scheme, yeah.
All of a sudden, I feel like we got that older Rowan again of like the sassy, like flirty between them.
Yep.
In that one moment. And then besides that, the rest of the series, we lose it again.
See, for them, it's distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
They need to separate more. Go back to try again.
Yeah.
The one that started it all.
Aw, she's so cute.
ACOTAR's my number 8, only because of Tamlin.
Tam.
I mean, we meet Lucian in this, so it's hard. Lucian's my favorite. But, yeah, I think it's just because it's the very first book. Mm-hmm. I'll bet you. Well, I mean, I know when I reread it, I'll still love it so much. But I wonder if I'll be a little more. Underwhelm's a strong word, but like compared to the other, now that we've read so much, how it holds up. True. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Under the Mountain was like the craziest surprise and like holy shit, like, oh, this is what this is gonna be. It was the craziest, most fun twist, and really like hooked me. But the beginning, I would say, like,
all the world building was
it's just what it is.
Yeah, the first few chapters you're trying to like understand.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Cool.
Okay, number
7. Oh my god, this is really funny. I think I'm a delusional person.
She's Delulu? 7?
She's number 7.
I love it.
The Brick is number 7.
You had a lot of passion behind that one.
I have very strong feelings of love towards this book.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I think that's it. I think, like, my initial reaction was so strong, so in love with this book. Like, when I read it, I read it in less than a week. I was, like...
It's huge.
Attached to it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Because, again, we've talked about it since, and I'm like, what was I thinking? So, but, yeah, I just love it. Love Bryce and Hunt. I love that they had issues in this book.
Yeah.
It made them just be so real.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that that's what people dislike about them. And I think that's like the strangest thing ever.
It would have been so boring if everyone's just like...
Let them fight. It's great. It's
Let
good.
them fight.
That makes it... It's because, see, with me, it's like, I love the chase. I love the chase. And then once everyone gets together, I'm like...
Boo.
Boring.
Yeah.
So I love that Bryce and Hunt still have problems to work through. And they're not just like perfect the second they get together.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah.
Again.
This girl.
Aww.
It was hard for me. I just loop this in together so much with ACOTAR. Like, to me, they're the same book. Like, it's hard for me to separate them.
You can't have one without the other, obviously, but you know what I mean.
But yeah.
Great first book.
Yeah. But yeah, the second half,
she knows what she's doing. She throws you for such a loop because, everyone says it. Like, it's the Beauty and the Beast, like, romance, fairy tale. And then that, like, crazy switch up when you get under the mountain is, like...
And I was obsessed with Tamlin. I was in.
I know!
I was in. Everyone hates on him for playing the fiddle. The second she got shit-faced and she's dancing and she looks over and he's playing the fiddle, I was like...
Stop.
He's a musician?
That's so hot. No, you're right.
He's a little musician.
Right. I don't ever remember... I was obsessed with him. And I was Delulu into ACOTAR. Like, I was, and that's what's so great about it is, like, I was with Feyre.
You're trying to root for what she wants. Yeah. And she just, you started seeing these little glimpses of her being happy there or something. And I was like, she's happy for the first time in her life. Like, she was, just drunk and, finally got to let go. You know what I mean? And I just, was obsessed. And I loved her butting heads with Lucian. I thought they were so funny. Instantly, I was like, oh, they're going to be...
siblings.
Yeah.
Siblings. And, oh my God, I think, one of my favorite scenes from the first book is when they bring in the dying...
She's so sweet.
Yeah. Right. And she's helping them, and, that's when they all are sort of accepting each other, and it's just such a great scene, and it's just a great...
That's where, Tamlin actually started to fall in love with her, and you can tell he was like, oh, shit, this wasn't the plan.
It's such a simple scene, but, gives you an idea of, what this all is going to be. So good. Nice.
Wow.
Love it so much. It's so fun.
Every time we talk about it, I just want to read it
Me
so
too.
bad. Okay,
number 6.
We
Two
both got
big
the
boys.
bricks.
Whoa. Kingdom of Ash, number 6.
I think it's a magical wrap-up of an enormous series. But there's no levity in this book at all at the same time. That I had a hard time with it at some points because I was like, I can't read another chapter.
It's just devastating, yeah.
So it was amazing and it's good and it's such a fantastic way of how she looped everything in perfectly into this final thing is amazing. But yeah, it was just heavy and at times I was like,
absolutely. I'm glad we read it the way we did, a few chapters every week.
Yeah.
Because I would have gotten, I think I was able to retain more, first of all, and really kind of, follow what everyone was going through, but it made it harder at the same time. Yeah,
it was, I think, a little heavy for me at the same time. So that's why it's a little bit lower, but I still think it's obviously fantastic.
This is number 6, Yeah. And this guy... I think this might be lower if not for Nesta's relationship with Gwyn and Emery. Yeah. They changed her. They healed her. And it's more, for me, it's way more about the three of them than Nesta and Cassian, who I love. But, the second they were, training together and then they had the sleepover and they were making bracelets, I was sobbing. The way that Nesta was, her inner monologue, thinking of them as her sisters, and which
kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
But at the same time, a sister with sisters, it's you have times where it's hard, and you have this chosen family, and they just mean a different thing sometimes. I just love that she's found that for herself. And I'm so excited to see what happens with those two characters.
I'm interested, yeah.
I love them. Aww. I love those two, and I love that they did the right, even though it was really
weird,
traumatizing. But I think it was so exciting.
They all almost died.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay.
Number 5. Okay, we're in our top
5.
Our top 5 Sarah J Maas books.
Okay. Number 5.
This is my number 5. Oh, I forgot.
I forgot about it. Oh god.
I forgot about her. She's so low on my list.
Really rude, but okay.
So rude. Cool. Okay, talk to us about Tower of Dawn.
I love Tower of Dawn. I think it's front to back, dude. It is such a good book. I love Cale.
Yes.
He's just his whole world got ripped out from under him, and then his best friend, who he's been at odds with, now sends him off here to do a task. And he has lost everything, and he's lost everything that he knows and everything that he knew to his core and that he stood for. And now he just has this one mission. You need to come back with an army. And so he was focused, and then all of a sudden all this other stuff starts going on, and it was just...
He's a great character because, right, even with all the stuff that has happened to him very personally, he's still going to show up. Yeah, for Dorian, like the loyalty of this character knows no bounds. Yeah, and that's why you want to see it through with him.
Yeah, I loved, obviously, the issues of him like trying to figure out how to walk again, and how debilitating that was for him, and that he was trying his best to overcome that. Like, that doesn't make me who I am. Like, I can still be me without that. And he's trying to like learn all these things. Yeah, and like his relationship with Nesrin in this book is so interesting. And then they both end up finding, like, the loves of their lives here. And his little dinner date where they go out, him and Irene, for the first time. Sweet. I can't. And then it's murder mystery. Yeah. And then, like, the creepy spiders. I was just obsessed. They have some
really great scenes.
I was obsessed. And then the Rux. And then there's Sartak, so.
I love me some Territorial Cale. When he doesn't necessarily save her. They sort of, when they hole up in it's his room or something, when she's being chased down the hall. And what's his name? Who's the other brother?
The older one.
Comes in, who was wanting to be with Irene. And she's like, comes in, he tells Irene, like, I'm gonna watch over you, I'm gonna guard you. And Cale's like, no, I will be doing that, or whatever he says. I was like, ah! Yes.
And he has the best line in the whole series of like, I only wish she could see me like crawl towards her or something. And I was like, shut the fuck.
Stop it. Yeah, he comes out of his shell.
I
know, it's so true.
But then there's Sartak in it here too, who I can't even talk about him.
No, I know.
So that's all I'll say. That's your number 5?
Number 5. To be honest, I would love to rank this book lower. Because I am...
That's not what I thought you would say.
I want to rank this book lower because I am...
the ending.
So disappointed in Manon and Dorian's ending.
I know.
I was really upset and mad. Because I could talk about it for hours, but long story short, like, Manon just lost everything, okay? She had everything taken away from her after going through so much to overcome so much to become who she is now. Yeah. Just to have everything taken away. And sure, maybe that does mean you're not ready for a full-on relationship, but it's Dorian, and that's all she does have now.
She needed to go to the wastes.
I know. But I know. To counteract that, I did get my favorite line in the whole series, which is there's only one witch who will... Witch, right? There's only one witch who will be my queen. Yeah. So, there's that. So, yeah. And, yeah, it's just so sad, but we get so many answers, which was so important.
To finally get, yeah.
And it's just so fun. We talk about, like, this and being like, what the hell is happening.
Yeah.
What is these words? What are these word marks?
What is these words?
To then it all coming to fruition here. I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
So.
It's very satisfying in that way. Yeah.
Okay, number 4.
Top 4. Ugh, this was hard for me.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I couldn't figure out what was 3 and 4. I could not for the life of me. I think I did it. Oh, this makes me sad. I don't know where she is.
This is my number 4. Oops, sorry. Fingies. Wow.
Wowee.
Number 4.
Why'd you pick ACOTAR?
ACOTAR was no doubt going to be at least in my top 5.
Yeah.
A long time I thought I liked this even more than ACOMAF, but I would be kidding myself. I don't know, whatever. But I think the criteria for top 4 or 5, top 5, was having a consistency in excitement and things happening throughout the whole book.
Yeah.
I feel like her strength is her, infamously her last 100 pages.
Yeah.
And some of these, it's like, I don't really remember what happens.
Yeah.
Just like half.
Yeah.
But in my top 5, I think it's like beginning to end. There's like so much happens. So, ACOTAR, meeting of the High Lords. You've got the beginning with Feyre plotting against Tamlin and getting Lucian to go along with it. And then getting him to go with her. It's so freaking good and so exciting the whole way through. Multiple battle scenes leading to one of the best endings of her books.
I feel like there's so much that happens with all of the characters too in this.
Exactly. Yeah.
So entertaining.
Yeah, all the sisters get this crazy moment at the end.
I wanted to put it 3rd too so bad. It was hard. This is a good book.
It's such a good book.
It's such a good book. The best scene is Adian's rescue.
And we'd been waiting for it. What's it going to look like? Is it going to happen?
It was just so cinematic. In my head, it was one of those scenes that you could see so clearly.
Yeah, 100%.
And it was just magical.
It really was.
And the Manon stuff in this is so good. And who is that? Rowan. It was, and then she's running down the alleyway and she sees him again.
Yeah, the distance makes her heart. Oh, yeah.
That's true. And then they're teasing, this was the main book of their relationship that I actually liked them together.
Same.
So that was also really entertaining.
I loved his hesitancy.
Yeah, he was still angry. He was still confused. But so was she. Lorcan was going to kill her.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah. And then this ending is... I liked this ending better than the ending war of Kingdom of Ash.
I agree.
The mountain is falling.
Hold
on, clean up. Books. 1 moment. Okay. I loved her and Dorian teaming up and their magic coming together and then Dorian being free again. It was just... And
it's funny to have that happen in this book and then her lose her magic at the very... Or lose so much of that of herself in Kingdom of Ash. And then I was, reading this entire series, I was fully expecting some insane Aelin Dorian team up.
Yeah, this is the only time we got it.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3?
This is exciting. Okay, our top 3 SJM books. Yay! Awesome.
This was I was torn between Queen of Shadows and ACOTAR of 3rd and 4th. I couldn't figure it out. But in the end, Rhys and Feyre will always win, I think. So I think that was just it.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite scene of this series is on the ice with Eris. The cool superhero landings that the Bat Boys do. And I was just what? And this was, like you said, it's giant.
But there are things constantly happening.
But I was entertained. Why did you pick Queen? What is this? Crescent City.
House of Earth and Blood. I'm excited that I have one from each series in my top 3. I think the biggest thing about it is it caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
Because, we read the 2 other series first, and then I wasn't hearing the best things about Crescent City as a series. And so I guess it wasn't as highly anticipated as Throne of Glass was. And so I think my expectations were just low. So then I read it, and then obviously within the first couple I guess it was like chapter 5 happens, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
I know.
And then you get to know Hunt, and I was surprised at how much I really enjoyed the urban fantasy feel of it, and like the more modern aspects of it, and how it didn't take, I wasn't like taken aback by anything, because I think still they didn't use, it's not like they were using like cell phones constantly, things like that. And it's just the murder, and it's just like a simple murder mystery story. You have these two characters who couldn't be any more different, but then you realize that they're so much more similar than you even realize, and then they start to heal each other. And the use of phones there, with her taking the pictures on the phones and how they help him later on, it was like so good.
I think that out of all of the 16 books, I think that's the hardest I've cried.
Yes.
Is the end of the first Crescent City book.
It's kind of it's like a perfect book, in my opinion. It could have been a standalone. And then move on to the next couple. Yeah. The ending of this is phenomenal. Another one of my absolute favorite endings.
It was nonstop too.
I was in tears the whole time. Yeah. I feel bad for anyone who is deterred from reading it.
I know. It's
so good. And I can't wait to read it again. Number 2. Yeah. Okay.
You put the number 2. Ouch.
Not even a question. Same reasons? Yeah. Give me your reasons. What do you love about House of Earth and Blood?
It's great,
not expected, right?
But at the same time, when I was making the list, I was like,
you knew it was going to be top 3. Yeah.
It's nonstop. There's not a part of it that I was not super invested in. I loved all the characters. I loved everyone's relationships with each other, and I was obsessed with Bryson Hunt. I just loved Hunt.
I am a Hunt stan until the day I die.
I just thought him learning, just him going into all this thinking how annoying and dumb and useless and stupid she is, because that's what she puts on for a reason, and he wanted nothing to do with this specific all of this stuff.
He's just the Umbra Mortis.
But in the end, him learning so much from her, because he's now realizing he's never given himself a life before, and that she suddenly,
I know,
I can't, him sitting in that jail cell, and he's forced to watch the slideshow of all the photos of them together. I was sobbing.
And only then does he realize, that he's created this life and she's helped him do it.
I loved the twist of him when she shows up to the boat and he's there. You just aren't expecting it. I just thought each twist was so good.
Absolutely.
And then, but he had such good reasoning that I was okay, I'm not mad. I was just.
I know.
Her relationship with Therion was just so. I was enthralled. Just anything where the boys turn into werewolves, I was great. Yeah, I'm gonna love this. And then they all died. But
it's a roller coaster.
Yeah. It's so good.
But it's so easy to follow at the same time. It's so good.
I saw a lot of people be when you jump into Crescent City and you're the world building, this seemed simpler to me.
I agree. I did not have a hard time. I mean, I think the political hierarchy of things was tough, and
that's true.
But you had more time with the other 2 books to really get into that. I think the first book she kept nice and within Lunathian. So it wasn't, you weren't having to
I think that's what deterred a lot of wherever it is, the second she's hiding, the second one of that's when all of a sudden you needed to learn the levels of all the but yes, this perfect book.
Love it so much. God. Yeah, speaking of perfect books, A Court of Mist and Fury needs no introduction. It's everyone's favorite book. Once you read it, you can never go back.
I know.
This obviously is another one where front to back I devoured it.
I can't believe how fast I read it.
I didn't give a flying F about anything or anyone while I was reading this. I would come home from work and be
bye.
Goodbye. I will not be seeing you or talking to you for the foreseeable future. Yeah, Reese and Feyre's love story is unmatched, and aside from, chapters 54 and 55, their banter throughout the beginning of this book, where it's sort of, you kind of get a ton of tropes in one with them, and a lot of micro tropes. Self-discovery in this book, and her coming off of the events of from under the under the mountain, and her like depression and her relationship with Tamlin, how that crumbles, and like all the descriptions were just so good, and how Rhys helped her help herself. No one was forcing anything on her, and like I just love their relationship so much, and how they eventually became like friends. And sad ending though, crazy ending,
so good,
because I remember,
you don't not see that coming.
Truly though, I remember like till halfway through the book, I was still like, will she go back to Tamlin? Like, and how will I feel about that? I think that is an aspect of it that is so exciting. Like, it's so exciting. She just wrote her so well.
And that's why I love the first person so much. It's because that's the whole point.
Yes, exactly.
Of being able to be in her mind so much that makes you feel so connected to Rhys too. And yeah, such a beautiful book. I love it.
And so now we've now reached our number one favorite Sarah J Maas book. Are you ready?
Yeah. Do you want?
Should we hand them to each other? Perfect. Yay!
Wow. Why'd you pick that for number one?
I knew within chapters of reading this book that it was my favorite book that I've ever read.
Ever?
Yep. This is my favorite book. I fell in love with Manon in Heir of Fire, obviously, but then her starting to struggle with her sense of self in this book, but her still being so adamant about being loyal to the witches and being so ruthless was just like, girl, like, it is just I just was obsessed with her story. But then she's all, then she's got this wyvern who's like just loves to roll around in flowers, and it was just like there's some comedy to it. But then I think Adian's rescue was something that I was really anticipating, and that was like one of the best things ever, especially the fact that it was successful. I think that was really a relief.
We needed that.
Yes. The pacing of it was so good. I have marked the pages with my makeup. The scene when Dorian and Manon, I literally texted this to someone today. I was like, when Dorian and Manon met, my life was changed forever. And I'm not kidding. Her snapping him out of his Valg state was like the craziest thing, because that was depressing me, right? We were like, come on, not Dorian. And so her bringing him out of that, and the ending of the book is, like you said, one of the best.
It's so good.
And we get hello Princeling, hello Witchling. And that to me is more important than anything else. And last but not least,
no one can beat her. I think just like their banter together is unmatched. The only other time I was so intrigued was like reading Fourth Wing. In terms of like banter and like kind of going at it with each other, but like they both like are kind of enjoying it, and they both need it. When he crashes the wedding,
the scenes instantly come back into my mind.
All of the summer court stuff is so good, because then we get a little bit of the jealousy from Rhys when she's like flirting with Tarquin. And then, the ending, like you did not see that coming. You do not see it coming.
You're right about going to the summer court, because
so
it's like
fun.
We have now known what we know of these worlds is like Tamlin wanting to like keep her from seeing everything. Keep her to himself, and then like in this book, like her world just like bursts wide open, and
we get to along with her actually learn about all some of the other courts, and we're like,
amazing.
The summer court, oh my god, how fun.
Oh, and her badass moment in Valaris,
when she rescues the rainbow,
crazy. There's some crazy stuff in there.
Water wolves and all of it, like, Cassian tries to send her away, but she's like, no, I'm gonna stay and protect. And he's like so protective of her.
I know.
But at the same time, Rhys like also lets her, because he knows that's something that she's struggling with. So he like lets her do like.
Exactly.
It's just like the perfect balance of them trying to understand each other. And this whole time, he's so invested, and she doesn't see it yet.
Unmatched.
The whole time.
Yeah.
I'll never get over that. Wow.
Okay, that was easier than I expected it to be. I mean, it did take me a while to put the list together.
Did you change a lot? Like when you first threw down your list, did you end up switching anything much?
No.
I only switched like one thing, I think. Like
we did well.
I think so.
A bunch of the same ones. That's fun.
I was surprised.
I want to rank the men. That would be fun.
All of them? There's so many.
I mean, I'm not talking like Darrow and Hybern and stuff, but not villain. Just like
Arobin?
No.
Okay.
I think so.
All the relatively liked.
Oh, also shout out Queen of Shadows. One of the best moments when Lysandra kills Arobin. I mean, like that, and
Arobin coming back at all, like.
And Aelin forming that relationship with her is like I think one of my favorite things about any of these books.
Yeah. And that's with the orchestra, and then when the rebellion like actually start, and it's all the underground stuff with Kale. Like, it's so good. It's so good.
It's just nonstop
He's
excitement.
running full on District 13 down in the sewers.
Really?
It's so good.
So true. Well,
I love them.
Comment your
full list.
Comment your full list below.
Oh my god.
Tell us why your faves are your faves.
Tell us why Akamef is your favorite. Okay.
That's our SJM list.
Good night. This meeting of the Fangirls Club is adjourned. Yay!
Bye.